Hello viewers, this is Cynthia Michael from Screw Your Views, bringing you a new podcast from my segment called The Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I'm going to try to do my best not to breathe too hard during this audio podcast recording, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain some adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your adult language. If you're over 18, that means you're okay to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, let's get into the latest episode of Lupinranger versus Patranger, episode 49. So basically, it starts off when it last left off. So basically, now the Patrangers and the whole world knows the identities of the Lupinranger. So basically, when the Patranger and the global police raided the bistro restaurant, they found that the place was already empty. There was no trace of anything at the bistro restaurant. So basically, the Patranger, when the global police and the Patranger raided the place, it was just empty out very quickly. So basically, they assumed that the Lupinrangers must have had some help clearing out the bistro restaurant. So therefore, they couldn't find any crew. So basically, Patrick Green was kind of still kind of upset that that Licking Yellow is Licking Yellow who he has feelings to is Licking Yellow. So basically, he's still kind of broken up, and Patrick Penguin was kind of broken up that they still were kind of broken up over the identities of the Lupinrangers and whatnot. But Patrick was Patrick Red was I know what you guys are feeling right now, but still we need to still do our jobs here. So anyway, meanwhile, somewhere we see. Somewhere else looks like they're being somewhere else at a house somewhere. We see the Lupinrangers being held out at some house somewhere. I think this house must be where Ranger X stays at. So basically the Lupinrangers are looking at the news and whatnot. So basically it's like a manhunt going on, looking for them and whatnot. So basically, Ranger X came in like, you guys need to, and Mr. Carlo was there. So basically, you guys need to lay low. So basically, you just need to lay low for a minute, and while Patrick Green while Ranger X, keep some, get some intel get some intel from the global police about how they're gonna pursue you guys and whatnot. So anyway, so basically, Lifting Yellow was like, all we need to do is get the last route. So basically, like Lifting Yellow was like, all we need to do is just get the last of the lifting collection from Zarnigo and Dogland, and use the power of the lifter items to wish that nobody knows that the Lupinrangers and their loved ones and defeat Zarnigo and they bring their and get their loved ones back. But Ranger X say it's not that easy to beat. It's not that easy to beat Dogland. It's not going to be that easy to get those lifting artists from Dogland. Turns out that unlike other game with monsters with gold saves, turns out that Dogland's gold saves, or I call it a body save, has infinite space. So basically, he can store anything inside his gold safe, and also his safe is protected by chains. So basically, inside Dogland's gold safe is an infinite space. So basically, he can store anything inside his safe. So he can store anything, any infinite things inside his body. And plus, you can't get it open until you break the chains that protect Darwin's safe. So basically, so basically, it's most likely the rest of the listing collection is inside Dolan say. When they say the only thing, we can't open the safe until we destroy the chains that protect it. So basically, Ranger X gave the Little Rangers some guidance about it won't be that easy to open Dolan safe, gold safe and whatnot. So basically, Lipton Red decides to head out to go do something and whatnot. So basically, Ranger X is like the other Lipton Ranger X is you be careful out there. And Ranger X is I'll go head back to the Global Police headquarters. Meanwhile, back at the Game Dimensional hideout, Darwin was just sitting at the table by himself, and that's when John Rico came in and started to give him praises how he scooped Goss over and how you forced the Little Rangers to reveal their identity to the world and whatnot, and that's when Darwin grabbed Jamaica by the collar, I don't need you to suck up to me right now. So basically, Darwin, those Little Rangers are the reason why we're in this situation in the first place. So basically, and plus he said, I never felt this alive over 10,000 years. So basically, Darwin was he feels alive, but at the same time he regrets that he should have took care of the Little Rangers sooner, and him and John Mika won't be the only Gangwitch members left and whatnot. So basically, John Mika was I have something. That the Little Rangers want. So basically, John Miko and Darwin was so basically maybe we can work together and get rid of the Little Rangers and also the Patranger Rangers at the same time. But Darwin was first we get rid of the Little Rangers, then we get rid of the Patranger Rangers. So anyway, basically Darwin and John Miko was coming out of the plan. Meanwhile, somewhere in the park we see Lipton Red, we see Patrick Red, sitting at the park bench, where he's always bumping into Lipton Red, sometimes and whatnot, and there was Lipton Red. So basically, they start to have a conversation that, Patrick Red was all this time, I thought you was just when I didn't know the identity, I thought you was a heartless, gutless beast. But after I figure out all your pretensions, I come, and all the battles we went to, I come to respect you, but still, I don't know why you didn't tell the police about the Gangwitch, taking your brother and your friends and your friends didn't tell the police about the Gangwitch was taking their loved ones. So basically, like, so basically, Patranger was asking the question, like, why didn't why didn't you tell the police about, about the gang was taking your brother and whatnot. So basically, like, so basically, Pat the Red, so basically, lifting Red, and she was like, I don't need, I did, I didn't, I should have, but I didn't. So basically, cause I don't, sometimes, but I didn't really trust the police. So anyway, Pat the Red, so basically, lifting Red and Pat, so lifting Red and Pat the Red had a conversation, a little heart to heart and whatnot, but so basically, like, I would I would help you get back your brother from those gang rich bastards. So basically, like, if she would have asked me, it's my job as a cop. So anyway, to help people in need, even thieves like you. So basically, like, lifting away, like, after all the lies and the deceit that all the lies and the deceit between us, you a cop would still help me. You help me, save my brother. And Pat the Red said, yes, I still would help you save your brother. So basically, after having, so basically, while that conversation was still going on, back at the police headquarters, Ranger X showed up and showed up asking what the hell, what's going on. Patrick Green grabbed Ranger X by the collar, like, did you know about so all the time that they were the listeners this whole time, and you lied to our faces, and watched them lie to our faces. So basically, Ranger X, yeah. So basically, Patrick Green was like, why? Because I figured that I figured that we can get along. So basically, they just explain that, maybe if you guys get to know them or really knew them, that way we can, somehow come together, maybe come together and, work to, get to know each other better, and maybe we might, maybe that you and the Lupinrangers will find common ground and finally work together and take down the gang race. So basically, after hearing Ranger explanation, Patrick Green was like, okay, that seems a bit reasonable, but at the same time, like, you're still a fucking cop, and you've been dicking us around till day one. So basically, like, and that's the Commissioner Hilltop is like, I know that Ranger X is wrong about keeping the identities of Lupin Rangers, but we need to work together. But we need to work together, and take down the gang race. So anyway, back at the park, Pat the Red lit the room for a finish their conversation, and lit the Red was about to leave, and that's when Pat the Red say, I know that some gang rich monster has your brother somewhere, and using and a bunch of other missing people, using these missing people for disguises for the gang rich gang. So basically, after hearing that explanation from Patrick Red, let's wait. So wait a minute. So wait a minute. Somebody, you said a gang rich monster is using my brother and a bunch of other missing people as disguises to disguise other gang rich members and whatnot, and Patrick Red said yes. So basically, at the same time, back at the back at the Global Police Headquarters, Packer Pink and Packer Green telling Ranger X the same thing that Packer Red is telling Ranger Red. So basically, that's when Ranger X came clear. So basically, I know who's the dangerous monster using the missing people, images, using the missing people to disguise the gang to disguise these gangless monsters. And he said it was Amigo. So anyway, after Ranger X came clean that Amigo is behind the missing people, as he finally told the Patrangers that Amigo is the one who's behind the missing people, and the one who is most likely he's the one using those people to disguise other gang witch, using those people's innocence to disguise, gang witch monsters and shit like that, blah blah blah. So anyway, back at the mansion, back at the house, Lipton Red told the other Lipton Rangers about Zalmigo using their loved ones, to disguise other gang with monsters and whatnot. So basically, that really pissed off Lipton Yellow and Lipton Blue. So basically, that's when Dolan show up and use the Lipton items inside his body suit to make himself grow. Inside his gold body suit to make himself grow and start to attack the city. So basically, that's when the Lipton Rangers saw Dolan, attacking the city and whatnot. So basically, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter if we gather the Lipton collection or not. So basically, long as we take down Amigo, our loved ones come back. But before we do that, before we can get, we need to get past Dolan first in order to get to Amigo. So basically, the Good Sucker showed up and the Lipton Rangers formed the Lit Kaiser Bixby Striker Megazord and started to fight the giant-sized Dolan in the city. So basically, it was not going very well for the Lipton Rangers in this giant monster Megazord fight. So basically, since Dolan Dolan was using different Lipton items inside his body suit, the different powers was using the different powers of the Lipton items in his body suit to really do some damage towards the Lit Kaiser Megazord. So basically, that's when Ranger X showed up, showed up and tried to help out the Lipton Rangers. But so basically, during the fight, John Legal showed up with Lipton Yellow's friend and Lipton Blue's fiance, who was still frozen in ice. So basically, he used the loved ones of the Lipton Rangers to distract the Lipton Rangers during the fight with Dolan. So basically, Dolan took advantage of that situation and used a powerful attack all the Lipton items in his body state to take down Ranger X and the Lit Kaiser Megazord. So basically, with a powerful attack from his Lipton items, Dolan took down the Ranger X's Megazord and the Lit Kaiser Megazord, and level half the city in the process. So basically, so Dolan decided to started to retreat after he leveled half the city and headed back to his dimension. About time. About time that Mr. Red woke up, it was nighttime. So basically, he was looking for the others in the aftermath of the destruction of the city by Boss Doorway. So basically, he couldn't find the others. And he headed back to the house where Mr. Cargo was. So basically, Mr. Cargo said, Mr. Cargo was glad that you're alright. So basically, Mr. Red saying the others came. What happened to the others? After the battle. So basically, Mr. Cargo was saying after the battle with Darwin, after Darwin unleashed that powerful attack and leveled half the city, the others were badly hurt like you, and the police took them into custody. They're on the guard at the hospital. So anyway. So basically, Mr. Ray was like, I'm the only one who's left to take down Young Migo. So anyway, at the hospital, we see Patrick Green and Patrick Pink guarding the unconscious Lifting Blue and Lifting Yellow, who were badly hurt and unconscious at the hospital. Meanwhile, while Patrick Packer is still looking for Lifting Red. So basically, Lifting Red, after Mr. Coco patched Lifting Red up, Lifting Red decided to go look into Zalmigo. So basically, Lifting Red was looking for Zalmigo and was looking to Zalmigo until the sun come up, and Patrick Red was looking for Lifting Red when the sun came out. So basically, finally, Patrick Red found Lifting Red. He said, "I still want to help you take down Zarmigo." I want to, he was once again, Patrick Red was like, I'm open, I'm not gonna take you in, but I want to help you take down Zarmigo and get back your brother and your friend's loved ones. So basically, Patrick Lifting Red was Patrick Red for still helping him, even though it's his job to harass him, but that's when a bunch of giant-sized foot soldiers appear in the city. So basically, Lifting Red said, I appreciate your help too. I appreciate your help that I appreciate your help, but it seems like you had other duties to tend to. So basically, Patrick Red went to deal with the giant foot soldiers in the city, while Lifting Red found Jamigo, and they had a conversation. It turns out that Jamigo was talking. It turns out that Jamigo know everything about Lifting Red because he was on Lifting Red's brother's memories while Lifting Red's brother was supposed to die. So basically, Jamigo absorbed Lifting Red's big brother's memories. So basically, he knows everything about Lifting Red and whatnot, and saying that you're a real asshole towards your brother who raised you by himself. So basically, Lifting Red was I'm not bullshit, let's fight. So basically, Lifting Red morphed up in his Ranger form, and Jamigo transformed into his Game-Rich monster form, and they start to fight and start to fight, and that's how the episode ended. So basically, So basically, this is how the episode ended with, with John Mingo and Licking Red, having one final battle. So basically, that's how the episode ended. So basically, this shit is starting to really go. So basically, the last episode is supposed to air next week. The last episode is next week, but most likely, I figured that, I think this, the last episode is next week. So basically, it's gonna probably be fucking epic. So basically, this was a good ass episode. So basically, I can't wait till the last episode of this air next week. So basically, this is awesome. So anyway, what you guys think about this episode? Was it good? Was it okay? Or was it just, it was just man? Please let me know with the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, it's Sincere Michael from Screw You Productions. Sign off. One.